Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone to the StreamYard Spotlight Show. I am your co-host, Dana Bentz.
And I'm your co-host, Kelsey Bentz.
Co-host extraordinaire. How's it going tonight?
It's going pretty well. How are you?
Pretty good. We have a lot of topics to touch on, but everyone, thanks so much for tuning in. We have some of our regulars here. Todd, how's it going? And Ross, I saw you in the comments. And Yossi. And we saw Joe from Brazil. So everyone, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here. Thanks for tuning in. So we first want to talk about the new StreamYard feature that was just released. We're super excited about it because you guys have been requesting it for some time. So we were just so excited to announce it. And so we'll demo it for you here just to show you how it looks, how it works. So the feature is drag and drop the participants. So I can just click to drag.
Finally.
I can just click to drag Kels.
We're so excited.
And I can just drag me to put me on this side and her on that side. That makes it so much more fun. And then it also works for this layout where I'm bigger and then I just drag her and now she's bigger just like that. So we're so excited about that feature, and I know we don't talk a lot about the features about StreamYard because that's what our town hall show is for. And also Ross talks a lot about the new features on StreamYard on his StreamYard Connect show, which is also another show you should tune into on Wednesdays. But
we were just so excited. We couldn't not celebrate this feature because it's been long awaited by a lot of people.
I know.
So we're super excited to announce it.
I know, it's so fun, and people are already loving it. So thanks everyone for tuning in. And without further ado, we'd love to bring on our special guest. So Leo Mindel is joining us today. Hello, Leo. Thanks for being here.
Hi there.
How's it going?
Very well. Very late in the night here in the UK, but it's lovely.
We have another UK guest on. We had one last week, and you guys are so nice to us for staying up for our showtime.
Yeah,
it is hard work with your show at this time of night and the town hall at even later.
Yeah, they do the town hall. Yeah, and you're up for it. You're always in the comments.
I am in quite a few, not always, but sometimes I have to watch on replay. But it's definitely worth watching. Try and watch all three of the shows at the moment that you produce.
Yeah, that's very nice of you. Yeah, and we're working with some more people to have even more StreamYard shows done. So that'll be exciting to see how that goes. But today is about you, Leo. So can you tell us about your shows, all your shows?
Yeah. So my business is actually delivering for governing bodies and federations in sport. I deliver their websites. So I work for a huge number of big governing bodies. That was what I did before lockdown. I also had produced a show, and I'm in a show about snowboarding and skiing in a resort in Bulgaria. So that was a weekly show that I was doing.
Cool.
Since lockdown, with my knowledge of streaming, and I also do a lot of stuff in the WordPress community, I've been involved in helping a number of synagogues and a number of Jewish community events to stream. And I'm doing on average around about 2 to 4 shows a week at the moment in various different areas.
Wow. Staying busy.
Busy
very, streaming.
Very busy. Lots and lots of streaming. And it's for everywhere. One of the events we had people from 6 continents. So we had people in from Australia, South Africa, Israel, Canada, UK, and Brazil. Flawless.
Wow.
Absolutely flawless.
Wow.
And
those were the participants in the stream. Yeah, not just viewers.
Stream. No.
Wow.
Viewers all around the world. I mean, most of my shows that I produce have over 1,000 watchers every time.
Yeah, you mentioned that to me. That's a lot.
Absolutely. But you don't see me. This is quite strange sometimes. Although I was on a show earlier tonight about WordPress London. I was in the WordPress London one. I'm normally behind the screen. So it's quite strange. I don't think I've been this nervous to appear on a show in ages.
No
So what have you done for
kidding.
me?
Well, I have to say, for being most of the time behind the scenes, your setup is fantastic. I mean, the
Yeah.
equipment that you have is absolutely top notch. Like your camera
Yeah.
quality is so striking.
It isn't.
Yeah.
It is and it isn't.
It looks amazing.
Yeah.
So that is a Panasonic Lumix camera, which is why it's got a very sharp depth of field. So it doesn't,
Right.
it goes out of
Oh,
focus.
nice.
Yeah.
What's sitting behind me is a pop-up that you would normally have at a conference, and I took the top. You know the ones that you pull up,
Smart. Yep.
Yeah.
those
and then all I did is
tall
I took
ones.
the top. They normally have 3 poles at the back. I just took the top pole out, so it drops down in height. So it sits
Smart.
behind you. It's much nicer than a green screen. And then that camera's plugged into one of those capture cards that you can get on eBay and Amazon for about $15. That's all it is.
Smart.
And then that's how you get it to turn into the webcam.
Yeah. Although most of the camera manufacturers have released webcam drivers. The last ones were Sony last week. So you can actually use, if you've got that camera sitting at home that is not in use, get it out, because it's 1,000 times better than your webcam that's on my MacBook.
Oh, yeah.
This is a great picture.
Yeah,
Great
it really
picture.
is.
I love that
Lots
it's
of people like
blurry
it.
in the background. It just looks that much more professional. But
It
Kelsey,
is.
you're so right that normally the producers of the show are the ones in the dark room, bad lighting and bad camera quality, not a good mic, because they don't need to have one.
Well,
Right.
I
Yeah.
spend a long time. Every time we do a show, we have a green room before. So we always sit there with guests, and we spend normally a day before going through all the technology just to make sure that they sound as good as they can sound and
Smart.
look. And one of the tricks that we do, and I can do it here, is that I will use my microphone here, which isn't an expensive microphone. And then I'll say to them, look, this is the difference between my microphone, and this is what it will sound like if you use the most expensive Logitech Brio. I've gone on the wrong one, haven't I? That's the Brio picture. But the audio, I'll switch to the Logitech Brio audio. And that's a Logitech Brio audio.
Dang.
That is a MacBook Pro. What a MacBook Pro sounds like. So when you show people,
Wow.
they realise that we have like 3 rules. One is that we say to them, have a decent mic. Always wear headphones. I got these ones which was,
I think you switched mics.
You're a little muffled now.
Am I on the wrong mic?
Oh, there you're back.
There we
You're
go.
back.
You're back.
Yeah. Okay. So I then use these headphones, which I always say to people, they have to wear headphones. And when we
Yeah.
explain to them, it's
Yeah.
always the feedback, and they understand it. They go, that's why you ask. So
Yeah.
I have to deal
Yeah.
with politicians, and to try and explain to them they have to wear headphones is a fun game. And then with the
know.
cameras, and this is the one that that makes them laugh. We say, could you please clean your camera with a cloth before we go live? Particularly on laptops, because
That's
they've
a
got to
good
put their
tip.
hands.
That's a really
They put
good
your
tip.
hand on, and you cannot see the difference it makes
Yeah.
in camera quality
Because
just
when
by
you don't
cleaning it
use
with
your
the-
webcam very often, then you're just, you're handling your laptop, you're touching
Yep.
it, and then you
Yep.
go to use it, and it's horrible.
So
Yeah.
we always
That's
always
smart.
say that. And then of
Yeah.
course the one that we're all used to, which is, could you please sit either near your wireless router or that's it.
That's
Those
a
are
That's
our
what I
good
tips.
one.
tell
That's
literally everyone who comes in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, they say we
sit
have
closer to
problems
your
with this
router.
system.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's so it solves so many things to have good internet. Like
does.
so many things get better. Your audio,
It
your
does.
camera.
It does,
Yeah.
and you nearly ended up being the emergency representative, didn't you, on Sunday, Dana?
Yeah, on
When-
Gage and Dan's show. Yeah, on the
when
town
they-
hall,
when
I
they-
was producing backstage.
That's it. We did notice that the quality of the show went up dramatically that you were producing it.
Oh, thank you, Leo. I did notice that too.
That's it. I mean, that's what I do a lot of. Is people say to us, why do you produce? Why do you need a producer for this?
Yeah.
And it makes a massive difference.
It does.
Because even when we're sitting here now,
Mm-hmm.
Dana, you're clicking on all the buttons to go through all of that, all the guests, all the contacts.
It's a lot of work.
Normally I have messages coming up. I have streaming ban. I have ticker tape stuff going across the bottom,
Yep.
changing all the time. And then we do a lot of spotlighting. So we spotlight a lot
Oh,
of
so
people individually
you're changing the layouts all the time.
all the time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so we do that as a team of 3.
Okay.
And so the question is, how do we do that when we're all socially distanced in different places?
Yeah.
And we use a product called Discord. So we talk to each other on Discord. So we're in the room and able to, and it's much easier because it's so easy to miss. Oh, you've left that comment up too long, or you've forgotten to do
Right.
this, or
Yeah.
It
bring
is so
somebody in.
easy to do that. Yeah.
It
And
is.
so it's
It
nice
is. And
just having that one extra person helping. And you've
absolutely,
got
that's
2.
what,
You've got 3
yeah,
total.
that's what we do. That's what we do.
Yep.
So
So
Tell
with-
us
with
what
Discord.
about what Discord is. How do you use that, and what is it for those
Yeah.
people who don't know?
So Discord is a software that's very similar to Slack, but works both in chat and audio, and is used heavily in the gaming industry. So
Yeah.
gamers, when they're playing games, will talk to each other on Discord because it's very, very low latency conversations. So they use that to talk. And we found that has worked out as a really, really good platform. And you can also do some clever things, like you can put it in just one ear. So you can listen to Discord in one ear while you listen to the live stream in another.
Oh, that's pretty
Wow.
neat.
So you
That-
can pull it up on your computer and have it run
Yep.
simultaneously
Yep.
to
Yep.
StreamYard, and it
Yep.
doesn't interrupt your stream at
No.
all.
Not at all.
Wow.
Because
Yeah, that's
and
pretty neat.
also bear in mind, I'm muted in StreamYard.
Right,
because
I'm
because
a-
you're
I'm a
backstage.
producer.
Right. So you
Yep.
can speak to people that you talk to on Discord, and you won't be heard because you're not on. That makes sense.
It works exactly the
Smart.
same way as a gallery in a live TV program,
Yep. So
So-
you're all
and it-
you're all
and it-
backstage. Yep.
and it works really, really well. And
So
it
are
just-
you talking to anyone in the stream?
So in the stream, the only way we talk to the people in the stream is we talk via the comments, the
In the
private
comments.
chats.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not
Private
in their
chat.
ear
Yeah.
like look
No.
at the camera more.
No. And what we also do with that is when we get questions in, so when we see comments coming in, we will only put a comment onto the screen that the person who is actually presenting asks, because we don't sort of force a question onto them, because that becomes quite confusing.
Got
Oh,
it.
I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
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 So
Smart.
that's the best way. So we keep it clear.
Yeah.
Because we need to do is the presenter needs to focus on presenting,
Right.
and
Yeah.
we're trying to keep that level of complexity.
Yeah.
Although I say this, I also present on StreamYard myself a lot, so I can do both. But when you give it to somebody, they get really
Yeah.
flustered, and
Well,
you
it
know,
takes
it's a
practice.
job.
It does. It does. And
Yeah.
it's easy to interrupt the flow, and that's it's like
Absolutely.
it's a sensitive
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
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 It
And
is,
it's
and
hard.
that's why we've used StreamYard, because we love the fact that we can bring in people from around the world. We love
Yeah.
the fact that we can, literally without exception, I think we've had 2 issues. In fact, I can only think of one major one that we've had in the 9 months. There was one
Wow.
day that was a bit. Everybody has a bad day in the office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the rest of the time, we've done events we've had senior members of the UK government, known
Neat.
celebrities in the UK, loads and loads of people, and it's all worked.
Wow.
And then
Wow.
the bit we also do, which I haven't seen much other do, we do a lot of stuff pre-recorded, and then I will push the
Mhm.
video in via myself through a virtual camera.
Yep. Smart.
Got it. Got it.
That has worked really well. So we've done we did 23 hours live over a weekend,
Dang.
of which it was a combination, and we were able to bring people in, take people out, run
Okay.
a half an hour video in the whole process, and it all works through.
Wow. And
It's
how did
great,
your
it's
how did
great.
your MacBook do with that long
I
of
know.
a thing?
It struggles, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, mine's huffing and puffing right now, just like,
Just from live
being on
streaming.
this stream.
Yeah.
It
Not
does,
even
doesn't it?
running
Working
anything
so
else.
hard.
Yeah, but you say that. I used to do this all directly on the Mac, and that's how. So I'm involved in a show where I'm a guest on a weekly show that's all run about WordPress and the community and about the news. and it was all done on the Mac, and every now and again it would die. And
Yeah.
since we've moved over to StreamYard, that show has just rocketed because it's so much easier to do it.
That's great.
Yeah, that's
I'm
so
glad to hear
neat.
that. Yeah.
I know. So how has StreamYard helped grow the reach of each of these shows specifically?
Well, it's kept me really busy. In fact,
Yeah.
I've had 3 requests for 3 shows in the last 48 hours,
To be a
covering
guest or to produce?
to produce.
Oh, wow.
Covering
Okay.
some big subjects.
Yeah.
I expect to be running a number of shows in November, because maybe there's something happening in November in your country. I can't quite remember.
Something extremely important is happening.
Something extremely important, which we don't want to probably talk about. So I will be running a number of shows that relate to that as well.
Very
Gotcha.
cool. That's awesome.
And we're doing a lot of that. There's a lot of shows. So I've done I think 3, maybe 4 shows on Black Lives Matter. I've done shows on the Muslim Uyghurs, which may or may not be a big issue that you're aware of, and other areas and other shows about those sort of political issues that need to be talked about.
Wow, that's awesome.
And you need a solid platform, and you need to be able to deliver.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow, that's fantastic.
It's great.
So you are the founder of Sotic, and
Yep.
when did you found the company? How long has the company been?
So Sotic, I set up with my business partner 20 years ago.
Okay.
We deliver for things like world sailing and world rowing, and other sports that you may or may not be familiar with, England netball. But as I said, that business has grown and grown and grown, and I was involved in the first ever live stream of a football game in the UK in
Oh my
'99.
Oh, wow.
So, and that's a whole story in itself. We broadcast the game. It cost us
Did you say in
around
1999?
99 live streaming.
So
First live stream of a football
21
game in the
years
UK.
ago.
Yeah.
I'm just clear. That's wild to me. That's
So
so awesome.
let me
Live
put that
streaming
into
was still a
context.
thing.
Most people have been live streaming since March, but you've been live streaming since 20 years ago.
So we delivered that to people on 56k dial-up modems,
Oh my
using
God.
we were using Real Media Encoder, and Real Player, which may be things you've probably never heard of or have heard of in distance. Windows Media Encoder, Windows, that was all new. It cost us £20,000 for the satellite truck from the ground just to do the uplink.
Oh my gosh.
20,000. I don't know how many
Yikes.
people actually got to see it. I don't know how many
Oh
people got
my
to see it, but
gosh.
it was the first time we'd done it, and it was in something called the UEFA Cup, which is the European Cup. That really was, we don't know, the blind leading the blind in streaming terms. That was, and from there I've just done more and more streaming.
Yeah.
So when the pandemic hit in March, that was when most people sort of moved to live streaming, and a lot of people got familiar with it. But am I understanding that you've been live streaming like far prior to this current moment?
Yeah. So I did for the WordPress community. I do WordPress London, WordPress other WordPress meetups. I've been doing the camps, the word camps, streaming those for a number of years, and involved in all of that area. And then for my own synagogue and some of those areas, I've been doing that for about 4 years, and I've been doing the parliamentary element of that for about 7 or 8 years.
Wow.
So all of that was in the room streaming. So I've been doing in the room streaming, as you can imagine, with cameras and production there.
Yeah.
And then suddenly the one thing that you had, which was a constant, is that we're not streaming we don't have people in the room.
Right.
And now, as I say, when we sat there in March and did this event with people in Australia, South Africa, right through to Brazil, you're like going, did I really just do a live event with these people from all around the world,
Yeah.
and the technical requirements was almost zero, because it
Yep.
just
Yeah.
worked, and it
Almost zero.
absolutely
Yeah.
works.
Yep.
That's
And
so exciting.
I
what
know.
the big thing was to say was we just use the golden rules that we do, and once we've done that, and they clean their cameras.
Yeah.
I can see
So
Kelsey's
the
going, I've got to
three
clean the camera.
All
the
your
three golden
tips.
rules, remind us, is one of them cleaning the camera.
Clean your camera,
Yeah.
and ideally not point it at a light source.
Yeah.
Two,
Right.
wear
Ideally.
headphones.
Headphones.
Wear
Yeah.
headphones.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wear headphones. And as soon as you explain, it's not about they can hear. It's the fact that your speakers are your microphone is muting your speakers. Wear headphones.
Right.
And the third one is be close to your internet.
Be close to
Yeah.
your internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
like
mean,
that.
those
Those are
really
such
are
good
golden
tips.
rules. I mean, if you do
That's
all
it.
of those things,
Yeah.
like you can pretty much stream on any device and have it be decent.
Yeah.
I've streamed on StreamYard, although breaking. Well, no, I wasn't breaking the rules. I streamed on StreamYard from a piece from with a snowboard on my feet, and
That's
done
pretty
That's
that,
neat.
awesome.
That's
done that,
pretty neat.
done that.
How did you? Were you holding the camera, or what were you?
Yeah,
how was
yeah.
that working?
I was on what on the. It's obviously pre the ability to produce on mobile, so I had to
Right.
get
Right.
somebody else to produce, and I was guesting.
Right.
Although I
That's
must say,
still very cool though.
I must say, guesting is.
know.
I hate guesting. I've got no buttons to press.
I
It's
know.
like-
Oh,
All
yeah.
you can do
I'm-
is talk. That's
all I
it.
can do is and if you take me off, I'm like, I'm waving. I'm gone. I'm gone. It's like I can't see anybody else. It's
my
if you're
God.
if
We
you're
have-
if you're a
yeah.
producer, it's a nightmare.
We have a
That is
lot of
so
our guests
funny.
say that because everyone that
Yeah.
comes on this show are people who run their own shows and host their own shows. So whenever they come
Yeah.
back, they're
Right.
like, I can't do anything and I don't like it.
It's
Interestingly,
like no controls.
there's a comment from Kevin saying about disabled audio processing.
Yeah.
Just out of interest,
Yeah.
Kevin.
Kelvin.
Sorry, my fault, not reading. I haven't disabled audio processing.
Oh,
Really?
You haven't.
I haven't because I've got a decent microphone.
Interesting.
Because I actually find when I disable audio processing on this microphone, the
Mm-hmm.
audio volume drops too low, and I
now
have to turn my
that's
gain up too
interesting.
high.
That is actually interesting. I have not heard of that
So,
before.
I have
Yeah,
to
me
turn the gain up too
either.
high. People complain that I'm not close enough. But
Now, do you ever
Interesting.
instruct your guests to disable theirs if they have more
it
basic
depends.
equipment?
It depends. It
Yeah.
depends. But I will always instruct them if they're trying to do anything musical to disable
Right,
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we
then you
try.
Yeah. Then you gotta.
I would say that since a recent-ish upgrade, I don't know when, but the processing has normalized a lot better. It hasn't caused the problems it was in the past.
That's
So
good.
we keep it on. We keep it on. We don't
Yeah.
offer it. We don't suggest it.
Okay.
Yeah.
because it's
Unless
just too
it's a
confusing.
musical.
And we try and avoid them
Yeah.
using green screens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a fan. Not a fan.
Yeah.
know.
They're just take so many resources on the computer.
Yeah.
It slows it down so much.
I've sat there watching people's ears disappear in and out.
Yeah, the little like fade when you're
They
using
become
a
like
green
a
screen
ghost.
background.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's
Yeah,
you
I
know,
know what you mean.
that's it. I think
Yeah.
the thing is it has to accommodate, and we've
Yeah,
even with the green room saying to people, please can you be in the green room a day before? Yes, no. Some of them just refuse and then turn up
no.
a minute before,
oh,
sit in the
no.
wrong place, and you're having to click the mute button on them every time they're not talking because you can just hear
Yeah.
everything. But,
Yeah, yeah.
it's these are
You got to get
what
that
you learn.
sound check.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I like that tip, that meeting everyone the day before or something, because
Yeah.
we tell a lot of people to, especially if they're doing a big event, to have a rehearsal or something,
Yeah.
some kind of tech rehearsal. But even just for a streaming show, it's nice. It's nice to have a little tech check, even if it's just 20 minutes before the show.
Yeah.
And the trick we do, and it may be different, but we have one URL for the green room that we just keep open all the time. So we don't we just keep a single
So
green
it's
room.
just a studio, and
Okay.
it's just for
Yeah.
tech check.
Yeah, and we always keep that.
Smart.
Apart from when somebody then asked us to record on it, which we didn't really
Oh.
want to, but they asked us to record on it. It's
Yeah.
always there.
Yep.
and it means that we send out all of our instructions on Google Docs so that we can keep it, we can
And it's
update
just
it.
the same
It's
thing
same
because you
link.
don't have to update the room. That's actually very smart.
That
So
is
Yeah.
we
smart.
just keep it simple for us.
Yeah.
We know where they are,
Smart.
then we know where they are, and then we can find them if we've got, especially if you've got event
Right.
for, we've had events where we've had 50 people. So you've got to sort of balance
In
when they
one.
come in.
In one stream.
Yeah.
The day you launched 10 on the screen,
Yeah.
we had 10 on the screen. That night, I had
man.
10 on the screen that
That's
night.
amazing.
And we
Wow.
didn't even know where they were going to appear because we just didn't know what it. We're sitting there going,
Right.
7. So we're sitting there going 6. And we're like waiting to see which slots
Like, are they gonna
fill,
fit?
Yeah. Yeah.
how they're going to fit in. And
That is
the
too
immediate comment was, well, there's 2 slots spare. Why can't we have 12?
funny. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
If you look
That's
at
true.
the layout for 10
When you have
That's
10.
true.
Yeah.
is ready for 12.
That is so
there you
funny. Yeah, and then you
Yeah.
can't move them like you can now. You can't move the people like you can now.
No,
now.
you couldn't then. You couldn't
couldn't
then now,
then.
but
Right.
it's
Right.
Yeah.
you're showing it off, and I think it's great,
know.
isn't it? What a great
I
what a
love-
It
great
I
is
feature.
love it.
fantastic. My favorite is how you can feature the guest and,
Yeah,
and still
that-
have
yeah.
this one is so great. Because
That
the
was-
solo
Yeah.
screen is really nice, but then you can't see the other person's reactions, which I like in a show.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this
Like when
is
we're all
this is really
talking.
That-
fantastic.
and-
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where it's really disconcerting to a guest who's not got
Yes.
that when they're a guest only. And you,
Right.
They
and
think
you
they've lost you.
spotlight,
Right.
they think
right.
they've lost you exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, on my show, I'm always like very cautious to spotlight my guests without warning them because I don't want it to interrupt
Yeah.
their train of thought.
Yeah, because you
'cause I
can
think it
see
would
it
be-
sometimes. They're like,
They
Yeah,
just
they're like,
and
"Oh,
then
freeze.
they
it's just
keep
me
going.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They freeze.
Yeah.
I mean, that's.
do.
I mean, we also one of the other side things that we have, because if I said to you, I do a lot of stuff in the world of religion and also around difficult subjects. We
Sure.
get trolled a lot,
Yeah, I can imagine.
particularly from Twitter. We get trolled a lot. So we're pretty good at sorting it out, but it can be quite hard work.
Yeah.
And particularly when you see your comments, and I'm sure Dan gets it when they do the show on Sundays. It's just going because you get hundreds.
Yeah.
We can get 150 comments in 30 seconds, and you're just
oh
having
my
to
gosh. Oh my gosh.
just
And they're
having
just
to stop
streaming
it.
in.
and you click on the wrong one. It's only happened once, but it happens. doesn't it?
Yikes.
And it's a
Yeah.
little awkward.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's easy to click on a comment to just
It
show it
is.
on the screen.
Well,
Right.
what you actually go to do is you go to click on taking a comment off,
Yeah.
and you click the next one.
Because it
done
has
Oh,
moved.
yeah. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That happens
That-
to me all the time.
These are, it's fine. It's fine. But these are the things that we do. But
yeah.
It's true.
it's pretty good.
Pretty good. Pretty good. So where can people watch some of your streams if they want to tune in, if they want to watch some of the things you
Sure.
produce?
So if you are in the WordPress community, you probably see me in various different things. So I'm on WordPress London and some of the other meetups. If you are following the irrelevant rubbish that I do for my own snowboarding and everything, it's WFC Kigo on Twitter. So that's where you can find me on there.
Kigo. Okay.
WFC Kigo. So I'm a Watford fan, and that's part of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the other stuff I do, I run a Facebook group called Synagogue Tech for synagogues out there
Synagogue
and
Tech.
other people in the church in that world. Although
Nice.
I actually am on most of the church groups and deal with most of the other churches as well.
Yeah.
Because that's it. That's it's the same.
Well, you
same-
know your
same
Yeah.
stuff. You know
Yeah.
your stuff.
yeah. And it's
Yeah.
great fun.
Yeah.
Is it? I mean,
Yeah.
out of this adversity that we've got of this pandemic, this has
Yeah.
basically been great fun.
It's a
Streaming
very
is
good
fun.
it's a good development. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like the one grain of hope and connection, you know,
Yeah.
that keeps us like together.
I've
Yeah.
met a lot of people that are genuinely great people to meet doing this, and I think
Yeah.
that's the bit
So
you
have
you
we,
meet
yeah.
people in
Yeah.
outside of your
Yeah.
bubble, and
that
it's
you wouldn't
been,
have otherwise met, right? Like it's 1
Exactly.
a.m. for you right now. We're across the world. We would never have
Yeah,
met.
Yeah.
that's
Here we are.
absolutely right.
Yeah.
Absolutely right. But
Yeah.
no, it's been great. It's been great.
Yeah.
Are you
I love
enjoying
that.
doing it?
Oh, we
Very
we
much.
love
Yeah.
Kels has another show that she does in addition to our show.
Yeah, I went to school for acting, and I'm an actor and a performer. So I have a weekly live stream that I do where I interview other artists and we talk about acting and the industry. And I launched it just during quarantine the last few months, and it has been like the one thread of connection. Like you said, it's been very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It is, and
Streaming's fun.
it is, and you get to hear the insights of people that different ways and different things that they do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's great.
That's why I love this show so much, is because we can learn from people like you who use it in such a different way, like the Discord audio channel to just the backstage people. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
That
And
has
having your
saved us.
having
That's
your
saved us so many times.
yeah, and having your 3 tips for all your guests that join you. Like I love all those golden rules.
Yeah.
I think that's
Right.
so fun. Well, Leo, thank you so much for being on
No
our
problem.
show. You've been a wonderful guest, and you've had so many little insights into how people can make their shows cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Glad to be here. Glad it-
Yeah.
Thanks for
Enjoyed it a
staying up
lot.
for us.
Yeah. Thank you. We'll see you soon.
Take care.
Wow, how fun. Well, we had so many people tuning in. You guys, thank you for being here. Another
Yeah.
Thursday night spotlight. We'll be here next week, and we'll be still switching the boxes then. We're having too much fun with that feature. But thank you everyone for tuning in. And I know someone put in the comments Leo's 3 golden rules. So if you're just tuning in now, you could check the comments for those golden rules. I just love
Yeah.
them. But that's it for tonight. We'll see you next week.
See ya.